Assalamu alaikum, everyone. We have quite a bit of an audience today. Feels delighted to have all of you back in a webinar with our esteemed partners from Green Portfolio. So I'm joined by Divam. Divam is the guy who's making you guys money. So without coming in the middle of both of you, I think we can just straight away start off. But before that, let me just give you a brief as to how this event is going to unfold. This essentially is a reconnect between all the investors of Green Portfolio who have successfully spent more than a year investing through the Green Portfolio Shariah Smallcase that we are trying to present over here. In addition, Green Portfolio has recently launched their PMS service as well, which is also quite an exciting product. And as you can see, we're trying to bring in credible partners who can build wealth. We're not saying that you can make trading gains or things like that, but credible wealth, long-term wealth is what we are looking forward to, helping our customers to make that. Thank you for joining us. Oh, that's quite a bit of an audience which is joined in on this Saturday morning. So I think I'll hand it over to Divam from here onwards. Where the Sharia points are there, I'll definitely be here. And at the end of it, if you have questions, we will be happy to answer them together. I'll take the Sharia questions. Divam will take the market-related questions. Divam, thank you for joining us this morning. It's always a pleasure to reconnect with you. And I'm sure all our audiences are also looking forward to connecting with you and understanding better both the Shariah PMS as well as the GP small case portfolio that we're trying to run. Thank you, Divam, for joining us. Let's start. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. I will keep it in Hindi and English mix. Let me know if you have any doubts. We can revisit those areas, whatever we speak. So, welcome everyone. This Saturday morning, thank you so much, all of you, for joining. So today we are going to. First of all, it's actually really warming for all of us the way we have evolved as Green Ethical Fund, and thank you so much, Islamicly, for giving us this opportunity. I think we have evolved a lot over the last a few years as overall opportunity to provide investment management in the ethical space. So we are going to talk about what has happened last 1 year. The portfolio returns have been 44%. We have served over 2,300 Sharia users. We have done 4 rebalances, which is almost quarterly rebalance हमने किया. तो हम अगर आप हमारे रिटर्न्स देखेंगे तो we have delivered Sharia जो निफ्टी Sharia 25 जो इंडेक्स है उन्होंने 55% रिटर्न दिया. निफ्टी 50 Sharia 46% रिटर्न. हमने ग्रीन एथिकल ने Sharia इन्वेस्टिंग में 103% रिटर्न दिए. तो काफी सारे विनिंग स्टॉक्स रहे हमारे पोर्टफोलियो में. हमने गुजरात पीपावाव जैसे कैरिसल, कैपलिन, कुछ एग्जांपल्स यहाँ बेस्ट परफॉर्मिंग स्टॉक्स के हैं. इसके अलावा भी अगर आप पोर्टफोलियो देखेंगे अभी एज ऑफ टुडे कई सारे ऐसे स्टॉक्स हैं जिन्होंने रेंजिंग फ्रॉम 60 to 150% रिटर्न्स दिए, जो काफी अच्छे माने जाएंगे. अगर आप देखेंगे हमारा जैसे किस तरीके से हमारा स्मॉल केस काम करता है, तो ग्रीन पोर्टफोलियो तो पहले इस्लामिकली हमें रेगुलर बेसिस पे अपडेटेड शारिया कंप्लायंट लिस्ट देता है जो हर महीने हमारे पास आती है. ग्रीन पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजर स्टॉक्स सेलेक्ट करते हैं ओवरऑल जो विच आर शारिया कंप्लायंट एंड अपडेट्स द पोर्टफोलियो. उसके बाद जैसे जो भी रीबैलेंस होता है इस्लामिकली उसे मॉनिटर करता है. अगर कोई भी स्टॉक नॉन कंप्लायंट हो जाता है हम उसे पोर्टफोलियो से हटा देते हैं ड्यूरिंग आवर मंथली रीबैलेंस एक्सरसाइज. So if you look at the markets 2024, we have seen a lot of ups and downs. particularly elections को लेके काफी developments थी, and we fell like we saw a deep fall in June, and एकदम से the fall was bought back. We have seen a correction in March, we have seen a correction in January. So what we have seen in the markets is that इस time पे markets में overall जो money का inflow है वो बहुत robust है. If you look at the money inflow in terms of mutual funds, the money inflow in terms of overall direct participation in the markets, that is very robust, and that has been helping the markets to do really well. Another thing that happened over the last 1 year has been that our last 1 year or more than that has been that our economy has been faring really well. We have been outperforming our peers, our other developing economies, some of the developed economies by quite a pace, and we have been seeing allocations coming in from foreign institutions. We've been seeing allocations. एक structural change हो रहा है पूरे market में, where the investments are turning from real estate to stocks. And what that is doing is this is a structural move. This is a structural shift where the money is getting allocated, which used to get allocated to fixed assets like real estate, which used to get slightly illiquid a lot of times. Now those kind of investments are getting transferred to equities. And equities is seeing increase in overall domestic participation, overall retail participation, and that has been driving the markets. And overall, our companies, our economies are also doing well. We are seeing, even despite the run-up that we have seen over the last 1.5 years, the significant run-up that we have seen since March 2023, we feel that there is no froth in the markets. The broader markets opportunities are still available for investments. And that's what we do. We, in the investments, whatever investments we do, we try and ensure that whatever run-up stocks are there, where the valuations have gone expensive, we would book profits over there. The stocks where there is a cushion of valuations. अगर market का multiple से अगर small mid cap index का multiple देखेंगे, अगर 37 times है, if we are able to find and figure out stocks which are available at comfortable valuations, which are fundamentally strong, and which are companies which are growing, so we would book profits at where the valuations have gone up, exceeded our expectation, and we'll invest in those kind of companies where there is a cushion of valuation. And having said that, we also try and ensure on a regular basis that the Sharia compliance is in place on a monthly basis. Whatever the list that we get from Islamicly, the list that we get from scholars, we implement that, and we make changes in the portfolio whenever anything non-compliances come in the portfolio. So where are we investing, right? So I think this is pretty interesting. Overall, we have been investing in a lot of infrastructure, in a lot of 5G, telecom, electronic manufacturing, and the likes. 5G is a very hot favorite topic at this point in time. If you look at the overall 5G users in India, now they stand at around 100 million users, and which is about 1/6 of the overall 600 million smartphone users. So the potential for growth is pretty significant from here. If you look at India is one of the fastest 5G internet speeds in the world, only behind South Korea and Taiwan. So I'll quickly recap. So this has been our overall performance. We have, since inception, we have significantly outperformed the indices. Some of the best performing stocks, Gujarat, Pipavav, Carousel, Kaplan, they have been some of the top performers. Other than this, also there are a lot of top performers in the portfolio right now as well. I'm talking about the green ethical small case. This is how we screen the stocks. We on a regular basis look at the list of compliant stocks. We select the latest compliant stocks for the portfolio on a regular basis. This is being monitored, and on a monthly basis, non-compliant stocks are being carved out from the portfolio. This has how markets has performed over the last 1 year. We've seen a lot of ups and downs. but the markets have remained robust. We have seen a lot of market inflows coming into the markets. This was what I was talking about. We were talking about the telecom and 5G sector, which has been doing pretty significant. The scope of growth in this sector is pretty significant from here. We have seen that 100 million 5G users are there in India, on the fastest speed in the world. We are investing not only directly but indirectly in the telecom players, be it the equipment manufacturers, be it the transmission, be it the optic fiber cable, be it towers. So a lot of players in the sector which are directly or indirectly benefiting from the ecosystem, from the capital expenditure that is happening, from the increase in operations. So we are trying to figure out players which are going to invest, which are going to benefit from this overall growth. We are investing in pharmaceutical sector. I think this sector has had its own run. When you look back at COVID, in COVID, the stock did, the sector overall did pretty well. Then after that, there was a lot of, so in COVID, a lot of companies increased their capacities, did a lot of manufacturing, and then came a period of plateau where the demand fell, and a lot of these manufacturings that were done, a lot of stock was there in the pharma companies, and then the margins, because the pharma companies had to take off those stock, the margins fell, and then now all the stocks have gone out and the demand has revived significantly, and these pharma sector companies are doing significantly well, where the margins have started to expand again, the revenues have started to expand again. We are seeing uptick in the exports. So a lot of factors are playing a positive role in this pharma sector uptake. Ayushman Bharat, we've seen a lot of inflows coming in from the government, announcements coming in from the government for increase in overall allocation. We have seen exports increasing significantly from India. Also, medical tourism has been a boost for the overall sector. If you look at India's share in the global economy, in a lot of countries across the globe, what they have done is they have tried to diversify their supply chains from China when it comes to pharma end products, generics, pharma APIs, everything. So a lot of manufacturing is being shifted to India. We are seeing Indian players being providing cost advantage. We have seen that PLI was a big boost for the overall industry. More than 230 companies applied for PLI in pharma sector, and they have done capexes. They have increased capacities. A lot of companies, domestic players, have diversified, backward integrated to manufacture APIs. And that has actually benefited the overall sector. India has overall, the manufacturing costs in India are overall 30% lower than that in the US. India's R&D has always been in the talk. India is, when it comes to India's R&D, we are very much there. We, in terms of ANDA filings in the US, in terms of overall, the kind of research and development that we do, the kind of like the kind of pharma medicines that we do in terms of R&D has been really in an uptick over the last few years. We have seen other driving forces other than the low cost of production. We have seen competitive advantage. We have seen geopolitically a lot of advantage to India. So this pharma sector is doing pretty well, and we feel that now, if you look at the valuations, now the valuations really comfortable considering where we are right now, and last 2-3 years, 4 years, the valuations of pharma sector has not done that well. And what happens is usually there is sectoral rotation, and we feel in sectoral rotation, pharma is going to do exceedingly well. Considering the kind of growth in numbers that the companies are showcasing, and considering the kind of cushion of valuations that we are getting at this point in time. If you look at green energy and overall renewable energy space, that is again a very interesting space where we are investing in, and where we are considering investments at this point in time. So if you look at solar, wind, hydro, right? Current solar capacity is 87 gigawatt. The target by 2030 is 280 gigawatt. So despite the run up, despite the good phase that this sector, green energy sector, has shown, we see that there is 3x capacity addition that is going to happen from today over the next 6 years, and that is going to show significant growth in these kind of companies. So we are not only investing in the direct beneficiaries, we are also investing in the indirect beneficiaries of the overall ecosystem while investing. So this sector overall is going to show, like currently we are 203 gigawatt. We are targeting a 500 gigawatt by 2030. So six years, 16% CAGR. This industry is going to grow. When this happens, the incumbent companies grow even faster than that. So in that case, these companies are going to grow pretty well going forward. If you look at the infrastructure, again, this infrastructure creation has been something where the focus of the government has been over the last like almost 10 years now. We have seen a lot of capex happening in terms of roads, railways, ports, logistics. A lot of announcements have happened in the budget. Lots of announcements have happened outside, and we have seen developments on ground, and that capex continues to happen. And infrastructure creation and the overall capex theme has really played well, and that continues to happen. And I think with the kind of intent of growth in India, we feel that this kind of capex is going to continue. And again, direct and indirect beneficiaries of the capex growth and the infrastructure growth we are targeting. We are seeing railways, we are seeing ports, we are seeing roads. So infrastructure overall creation, we are targeting companies which are going to benefit from that. So here is what we wanted to talk about, introducing our PMS, Green Ethical Fund. Again, it has been a pleasure working very closely with Islamicly on creating this overall ecosystem and this overall offering. So we have been a SEBI-registered PMS since 2018. It's been 6 years since our SEBI registration as a portfolio manager, and we manage overall an AUM of over 750 crores and assets under advice of over 250 crores. So overall, 1,000 crores green portfolio managers, and portfolio management. We have been one of the top performing portfolio managers across, and what we wanted to do was a very niche offering for all our ethical investors to be able to invest into compliant stocks. And that's why we created this offering, this product for all of you. So this is in a portfolio management services is a customized investment management offering for people who are wanting to invest more than 50 lakhs. So we open your demat account with a SEBI with a broker who is associated to a SEBI registered custodian. We open your demat account. We manage investments in your demat account in a customized manner using this offering. So say so in the portfolio, what we do is we create a buy, sell, hold list. When, like, say, if we have opportunities, like say someone who is investing 1 year back, we used to have a lot of opportunities. Someone who's investing today, we might have slightly lesser opportunities. So what we will do is we create a buy, sell, hold list. Some of the stocks which have run up 1 year from for someone who have invested 1 year back, we would invest. We would put that stock in hold. For someone who is investing today, we will only invest in stocks which are future growth potential as of today. So we will only buy stocks for your portfolio. If you are starting your portfolio management services today, we will only buy stocks which are in today's buy list. So that there is a trajectory of growth from here, and there is a cushion of valuation for growth from here for on your investments. In terms of staggering also, we stagger the investments. So हम जैसे अगर मार्केट में ऐसा होगा कि अगर we have lesser opportunities in the market, we will gradually invest the amount. We will gradually invest over the next, say, 3 months, next 4 months, and whenever we see correction in the market, we'll go and buy. So the execution is done by us, and depending on the opportunity, when you're in actually investing your money, we will stagger the investment to ensure that the capital is protected, that the growth is maximum in the portfolio. So it's a customized portfolio management in your demat account in a customized manner basis your entry time points that we offer in the PMS. It's an active management experience, and versus a small case, where in a small case there is a pre-curated portfolio. You come and subscribe to that portfolio and get you yourself execute the buying and selling. Here we are doing the execution by us in your demat account. We are also providing a more customized experience wherein we invest basis today's buy sell hold list. We invest there are some stocks in the universe which we are not able to buy in the small case, considering technological challenges in the overall small case product. Be it what we are doing in this, that a lot of stocks in the overall universe we are not able to buy in the small case environment due to certain technological challenges, like SME companies we are not able to buy in the small case portfolios which are ethical, which are Sharia compliant. But in this PMS, we will be able to buy those SME companies as well. We are not in the PMS. We'll be able to buy a lot of BSE only listed companies, a lot of companies which are slightly higher value. We are not able to buy in the small case. So there are certain technological challenges which and again, like considering a PMS being more customized, we are able to do more customizations. There is a higher risk reward ratio. There is a dedicated relationship manager that we provide with every portfolio. For every portfolio management, there is quick execution. We do the trade. So whenever there is a fall in the market, you might be busy. We are continuously tracking the overall movements in the stock. So we would go and execute the trades basis. If there is a correction, there is an opportunity to invest capital. There is a wider universe that we cater to in the PMS, and there is an optimized entry, as I talked about, the staggered kind of entry and exit that we do in the PMS. So how do we create an alpha? I think before that I would okay. So I'll talk about what kind of alpha we have created overall, but how do we create an alpha? So we invest first of all. It's what we have seen is a very disciplined kind of investing approach, and that's what has generated really high alpha for us. We have been top decile portfolio managers in the country continuously since our inception, and we have an investment philosophy which is investing into fundamentally strong companies. So even despite the short-term market fluctuations where the market might fall or increase, we invest in companies which are fundamentally strong and which would not even despite the short-term market fall, they might be also volatile, but they would come back quickly, right? There is nothing to sweat in these companies because the companies are fundamentally strong. There is high ROE, stable operating margins, low debt to equity, no corporate governance red flags. So we try and ensure that, and on a continuous basis, on a quarterly basis, we continuously track these companies, we continuously monitor these companies, meet the management, visit the factory. So we do a lot of such exercise on a continuous basis on all our portfolio companies. We do staggered entry and exit. Whenever we are entering, we would stagger our entry points, ensuring that the averaging of the stock happens. When we are exiting also, when the stock is rising, we are exiting. We'd also do it on a staggered manner so that we increase our overall profit from the exits. We do not shy away from keeping cash in the portfolio, so that whenever there are opportunities, we would go and buy that. We are in a bull run currently, and in a bull run, what happens is markets fall all of a sudden, and then it gets bought back. We have seen that when the election results came, market fell all of a sudden, 1 day, 2 day, and then gradually it got all bought back and further increased from there. So we do not shy away from holding cash in the portfolio as well, to cash in on those kind of opportunities where there's a flash crash in the market and gets bought back, or where there are opportunities which keeps on coming on the way as there are sectoral rotations, other things happening in the market. We are hyper optimized entry point we do basis the buy sell hold list that we do in the portfolio. So if you look at the entry points that we are able to invest, like say today's if you look at the today's small and mid cap index, that would be 37 times price to earnings. Our portfolio would be 22 times price to earnings. So we keep such a large cushion of value that if the market falls, our stocks will fall lesser than the market fall. If the market rises, our stocks have more cushion to rise than the market growth. So we try and ensure that the entry points are optimized. So how do we? So will you be able to? Would you want to take this, or shall I?
Yep. Thank you, Divam. I'll speak about this from here onwards, especially for this slide. A lot of questions have also come. बहुत सारे सवाल भी आए हैं कि शरिया कंप्लायंस कैसे मेंटेन किया जा रहा है. So जैसे दिवम ने भी कहा कि शरिया कंप्लायंस यहाँ पे इस्लामिकली मेंटेन कर रहा है. Islamicly gives Green Portfolio a list of Sharia compliant stocks in the Indian market every month. Green Portfolio keeps a track of it and they execute a quarterly rebalance. Green Portfolio को Islamically अपनी list दे रहा है Sharia compliant stocks की. Green Portfolio constantly monitors which stocks are compliant, which stocks are not. जो stock non-compliant हो जाता है वो stock exit कर देते हैं from the rebalance schedule itself. In addition, for the PMS product, they have been awarded a Sharia compliant certification. जो Green Portfolio का Sharia compliant PMS है, which is this is a certificate that is being displayed over here. So complete end-to-end Sharia monitoring in terms of structuring, in terms of execution, in terms of holdings, and at the end of the semi-annual period, a complete audit of the entire transactions will also happen, and Islamically will give a Sharia certification to that effect. So there is 100% assurance on this portfolio, on this PMS, that this is fully Sharia compliant. Go ahead.
So yeah. So how does a PMS work, right? So there are overall, if you look at the overall fund management, SEBI has every institution who can do fund management has to be SEBI regulated. First of all, there are multiple licenses that SEBI provides. First is a portfolio management services, then is an alternate investment fund. So then there is mutual fund. There are different funds that are there in the market and who offer fund management, right? Every fund that is there in the market has to have compulsorily a SEBI registered custodian. So there are almost 19 SEBI registered custodians. Most of them are very large banks and financial institutions who are there as SEBI registered custodians. We work closely with three SEBI registered custodians. We talked about two here. So Nuvama is one SEBI registered custodian, which is backed by Canadian Pension Fund and it's a very large institution in itself. Orbis again manages over 50,000 crores under its custody and is a very large institution and is a SEBI registered custodian. So what a custodian does? A custodian takes care of the fund custody and the fund accounting. We as portfolio managers take buy and sell calls in your Demat account, right? Basis our thesis of research that we do, right? So whatever buying and selling is done, we would through the custodian, we would go to the broker. That is where your Demat account is opened. We would execute the trade and we would send allocation files to the custodian on a daily basis at the end of the day, so that the custodian allocates the trades in your Demat account end of the day. So a custodian takes care of your fund custody. So it ensures safety, security of your fund. It's a SEBI registered custodian, very large institution who is appointed for your portfolio management. Every portfolio management services have to manually appoint a SEBI registered custodian for any portfolio management work that they do. They ensure accountability overall accounting and accountability of the funds. We as fund managers, as SEBI registered portfolio managers, do not have control over the fund movements. The fund movements are done through the custodian. We would only give buy sell instructions basis the rights that you give to us for fund management, right? So this is how custodian works. We are happy to take any discussion if you would want on any of the topics that we are talking about later in the Q&A, or even later through our relationship managers one-to-one. So if you look at our overall performance last 1 year, 2 years CAGR, this has how we have performed. Other than the Sharia fund, how we have performed overall. So Green Portfolio Super 30 has given a CAGR of 50% in the last 1 year, CAGR of 48.7% in the last 2 years. Green Portfolio Special Fund. So these are two flagship funds of ours. Green Portfolio Special Fund have given a CAGR of 50.83% in the last 1 year and 34% in the last 2 years. At the same time, if you look at the BSE 500 S&P index, we have significantly outperformed on a consistent basis in our return generation. Again, if you look at the Sharia compliant universe, so this universe comes from this research that we do. All the stocks that we research on, we further enable the Islamicly research, the scholar research, and we figure out stocks which are compliant from the universe that we manage. And again, the stocks that the kind of returns that we have generated in this portfolio, we are confident of generating similar kind, depending on the markets, be confident of generating similar kind of returns over the over the coming years in the ethical fund as well. Even if you look at our since inception returns of, say, Green Portfolio Fund, we have delivered over 30% CAGR over the last 6 years. So it is not that the last 1 or 2 years market has run up and we have done well. We have done well consistently over the last 6 years period, and we have been one of the top performing, top decile funds. In terms of fee calculation also, we are very flexible. We in fact, so we are flexible in terms of our fee plans. We have fixed plan, we have hybrid plan, we have performance only plan. But we want to earn our fees when we make profits for you. So we propose a performance fees only plan where whenever we generate over 8% return for you, we will charge a 20% fees on the remaining. Like say if we generate a 30% return and say the hurdle is 8%, so 30 minus 8, 20 on 22%, we'll charge a 20%, which is 4.4% of the returns. So whatever returns I have talked about in the previous slide is net of any fees that we charge. So the idea here is that if we are not able to generate returns, or if we are able to generate lower returns for you, we will not charge even a single penny from you. We will only charge a fees when we generate over 8% returns for you on a consistent basis. And this is again regulated by SEBI mechanism, which is SEBI watermark principle, right? So what is SEBI watermark principle? So say if we start a capital at 100 rupees and we become 130 rupees the next year, and we charge a fees till 130 rupees, then 130 rupees become a benchmark, a watermark. And then again next year we have to generate 8% returns above 130 rupees to be able to charge any fees. If because of markets stocks fell, or we are not able to generate those kind of return, we will not charge any fees again. So this is a SEBI watermark principle which we follow, and this fee calculation again is done by the SEBI registered custodian. And there is no upfront fees, there is no exit load in the portfolio, so we keep it very flexible for the investors whenever you want to come. But ideally we want you to invest when you are investing in the markets, and we are investing in fundamentally strong stocks. We would want you to invest with a mindset of at least 2, 3 to 5 years. As higher as you get on your investment horizon, the more we would do compounding for you, because the compounding play comes into action. This is what we have delivered. So we've been ranked as 5-star rating by CRISIL. We have been India's top performing PMS in current year 21 and financial year 22. India's top performing, best performing PMS. We have been leading small case manager, consistently delivering very high returns, consistently managing a very significant investor base and happy investor base. We have served over 50,000 retail investors and currently have more than 10,000 retail investors. We have delivered over 28.22% CAGR in our flagship PMS since inception, which is more than 6 years. So this is what we wanted to talk about. Happy to answer any questions that you would want to ask. Yeah.
Thanks, Devam. This was quick and I believe to the point as well. There are a couple of questions that I have noted down from the chat window. The first one, while I bring up the other ones, is a lot of people are asking that can we have a smaller investment size for the PMS? 50 लाख होना जरूरी है या 50 लाख के नीचे का भी कोई PMS बन सकता है?
देखिए 50 लाख का टिकट साइज सेबी हमें बोलती है, तो हमें उसमें मतलब वी वुड लाइक or we would love to have a lower amount, but SEBI has stipulated a 50 lakhs ticket size for any investor to be eligible to participate in portfolio management services. There is another product that is being proposed, but I don't know, it will take, I think, a year to come, which would start the investments at 10 lakhs. But I think that product is going to take some more time. But having said that, if you like say, क्या होता है कि कई बार हमारे पास 50 लाख होते हैं, but हमारे पास 50 लाख कैश नहीं होते. तो what in those cases what we do is आपके पास जो existing stocks हैं या existing आपकी investments हैं, उसे हम consolidate कर सकते हैं in the PMS. Like say if you have existing stocks, you can transfer those stocks into the PMS. We will keep them separate in a separate fund if you would not want us to touch them. If you would want us to manage those stocks as well as per our thesis, you can let us know, and we would, basis our thesis, we would sell or buy stocks, and we would gradually take them to our portfolio management style. Again, if you have mutual fund investments and you would want to consolidate, you will have to sell your mutual fund investment. We'll buy the same mutual funds in the PMS, and which would be direct mutual funds, it would not be regular mutual funds. So that will also save you on the distributor commission, etc. And we would help you consolidate your same mutual funds in a separate PMS account which would be in your demat, and we would not touch them. So to help you cater all the 50 lakhs, we can help you by consolidating your investments and getting your PMS activated.
Another question that has come up recently, I'm taking the last in first out, is that they are asking what is profit distribution plan. I think you went through it just now in terms of the fees, right?
Yep.
Yeah, those slides are available. So there's a high watermark strategy that Devam explained what from the SEBI regulation, and then there is a hurdle based fee mechanism. I think it's best to have these conversations directly with the sales team of Green Portfolio. The details of those people are available in the emailers that has been sent. So अगर आपको details जानना है कि fees कैसे calculate होती है, ये slides भी available रहेंगे YouTube channel पे Islamicly के. इसको आप वापस से भी देख सकते हैं. But the best thing is to talk to Green Portfolio directly. They are very, very helpful. Their support is amazingly available all the time, and they have qualified people to answer your questions right away. So I believe you can ask these questions directly in terms of or understand these things in detail with a one-on-one conversation with the Green Portfolio. How do you access them? How do you get in touch with the Green Portfolio team? आपको emailers आ रही होंगी Islamicly की तरफ से. Islamicly ऐप के ऊपर भी टॉप बैनर हाईलाइटेड बैनर जो है वहां पे अगर आप क्लिक करेंगे तो आप डायरेक्टली PMS पेज पे लैंड होंगे. वहां पर आप अपना इंटरेस्ट एक्सप्रेस करिए एंड Green Portfolio will definitely get back to you on it. Another important question which is coming up again is, are you taking care of the taxes on the returns? And how is that handled, Devam?
See, the taxes, the demat accounts in the PMS are in your name, and it is just like you are investing. So the investments are in your name. We are just managing your demat account as a portfolio manager. So whenever you file ITR, this statement. So the SEBI registered custodian, like say Nuvama or Orbis, would give you a dashboard. Our relationship managers are also available to provide you with the information that you need. But that in that dashboard, you can download all the reports of your capital gains, of your whatever income that you have made, whatever investments are there. You can continuously track your investments on a daily basis, whatever investments you have made for you in that portfolio. And at the end of the year, you can download the statements provided to your CA to file the returns. In case you need help with your returns as well, we could help you. We have I am also a qualified chartered accountant. We have a team to help you with the returns if you would need any help in that aspect. But you can easily download the statements. You can easily look at whatever capital gains you have made, and you can get your returns filed through your CA otherwise.
Sounds good. Thank you, Divam. I think that's very clear. So in terms of income tax, ये advice आपको अपने current income tax practitioner से लेनी पड़ेगी. But इसमें help करने के लिए जो statements green portfolio देता है, वो statements काफी clear हैं. Using that statement, आप आराम से कोई भी income tax practitioner के पास जा सकते हैं and they will help you file your income tax return. But Divam is also offering that अगर आप PMS में invested हैं, so green portfolio की team भी आपको help कर सकती है to get you connected with somebody who can handle your taxes. One another feedback which has come in, Divam, is which is a feedback which I'd like to take. कि इसमें PMS as well as this small case, the Shariah small case और Shariah PMS में dividend purification कैसे handle किया जाएगा? So that's a question I will take. In PMS में dividend purification आपको calculate करके दिया जाएगा along with the semi-annual audit report. So every 6 months में जो हमने कहा है कि Islamicly ये पूरे portfolio को audit करेगा और इसकी compliance के ऊपर certification देगा. ये certification में आपको पूरे period के returns के ऊपर purification number क्या है वो आपको दिया जाएगा at that point in time. So purification will be calculated every 6 months for the portfolio and ये आपको दिया जाएगा. Small case का जो purification है, I think we will start publishing it on the small case platform itself, on the portfolio platform itself. Islamically will look into it as to how we can give you this piece of information as well. So it is something that is a good feedback. I have noted it down for the small case. For the PMS, बहुत ही simple है, straightforward है. Islamically will calculate that and we will give it to you. So you don't have to worry about what is the actual purification that you have to do on the portfolio. So PMS में automatic calculate होके मिलेगा. Small case में we will see के क्या technical improvements किया जा सकता है platform के ऊपर ही, जहाँ पे आपको purification numbers भी दिख जाए. Divam, one more question which is coming is once rebalance happens, is it required? No, not this one. Sorry. Some people are saying that there are stocks which are recommended in the portfolio, but people enter at a further point in time. How do you take the returns and how do you ensure that when a person who enters the portfolio at a further point in time is also getting benefited from the market and is able to generate decent returns?
So if you talk about the small case, see, we continuously try and ensure that there are emailers, there are messages coming into you which would regularly and want to ensure that you rebalance as and when required, right? Whenever we send a rebalance advice, you rebalance immediately. But sometimes it happens that we have rebalanced and there would be some timing difference. We try and ensure that the difference is minimal, but in certain cases, yes, the difference could be there, right? In the small case, if you are not rebalancing on time, there could be some difference. But whatever investments we are making those investments with a mindset of longer term, right? So we are making investments with a mindset of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and generate a very significant alpha, very high return on a disciplined manner. So even if there is a timing difference in terms of your entry point in the portfolio or your rebalance in the portfolio, that would not be very significant in the larger scheme of things, because overall in the long run, like say 2 years, 3 years, the entry point, say 5% difference in the entry point would not create a very significant difference, because we are trying to generate a 25-30% kind of a CAGR over the coming years. So first thing is that in the small case, in the PMS, what we are doing is we are doing the execution for you. So in the PMS, it's a more customized service. We are doing the execution for you. We are ensuring that there is no timing difference. Second, we are creating, as I told, we are creating a buy, sell, hold list. So whatever stocks which have run up might not be invested when you are investing today in the PMS. So someone who has invested 1 year back in the PMS versus someone who has invested today in the PMS might have a different portfolio, because today we are investing as per what opportunities are available today, and this might not include the run up stocks which we would have bought 1 year back. So for ensuring growth of investors who are investing today, we are ensuring such buy, sell, hold list, which would be more customized in the portfolio management services offering.
Okay, one more question which is come in is, can we invest the 50 lakhs in the PMS in a step-by-step manner, or it has to be one shot?
So again, SEBI regulations, what they say is, if you are investing 50 lakhs, you have to invest it in one go. We cannot activate the PMS before the 50 lakhs are received. So we have to receive 50 lakhs at one. For that, I told you a way around where you could consolidate your investments, and we could do it that manner. Again, another thing which you could do is, if there are like 2 accounts or 2 people who would want, or 3 people like friends or family members who would want to consolidate and do as joint applicants, we could give you certain opportunities like that. You can talk to our relationship managers to find alternatives to, but 50 lakhs minimum is SEBI regulations. We cannot do away with them.
So it has to be lump sum.
Yes.
Right. Another question which has come in is, people are asking that they are trusting Green Portfolio and their fund management skills. That's a good compliment for you guys at Green Portfolio. Good going, guys. Any plans of launching an ETF or a mutual fund? Is a pertinent question which is coming in over here.
So mutual fund is not in the radar right now, but what we are, so I think what our philosophy is to generate very significant wealth creation for all our investors, and we want to work very closely with our investors. That has been the thought process. All the investors that we work with, we work very closely with them, through our entire team that we have. And a PMS offering is such where it is a very customized investing, and where we are able to create a very significant alpha doing a very customized investing for all our investors. So I think for now we are creating an alternate investment fund soon, which would have access to some private market deals as well as preferential deals post listing. So that is a very interesting offering that we are going to launch soon. So next leg of growth for us would be alternate investment funds, which where there is a slightly higher ticket size, 1 crore ticket size, but over there we are going to offer you access to pre-IPO opportunities, where the companies are going for an IPO, and you make significant capital when the company go for an IPO, and over the say next 6 months, 1 year, and as well as preferential opportunities where you are investing in stocks which are listed, and directly investing in the company through preferential allotment by the company. And third, this will be like a NAV model where the pooling of fund happens like a mutual fund, and NAV is provided to you. We can separately talk through our relationship managers on further understanding the AIF. We are going to launch this in the next 3 to 4 months.
Sounds good. There's a more technical question which has come in, says, and it's directed to you. The user is asking, Divam, as you know, market cap to GDP ratio is very high. How do you see this? And if there is a fall or crash, what's your strategy to protect the capital, as green ethical investment is in small caps? That's the question.
Okay. Is my video on, right? Okay.
Yes,
Sorry.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So can you please repeat this question?
No worries. The user has asked, Divam, as you know, market cap to GDP ratio is very high. How do you see this? As the first part. Second part is, and if there is a fall or cash, and if there is a fall or cash, what's your strategy to protect the capital as green ethical investment is in small caps?
See, there are multiple factors that we are looking at. First of all, if you look at what I talked about, like say we create buy, sell, hold list, and we keep a cushion in our whatever fresh allocation we are making, we keep a cushion versus the market. So if you say the markets are at highs or have risen, yes, they have risen. Like say the price to earnings or the price to book of the index versus the price to earnings or price to book of our portfolios that we create, there is significant cushion that we ensure. Whatever stocks are run up, the stocks which have run up and have exceeded our valuation expectation, we would book profits over there, and we would reallocate the capital in stocks where there are reallocation opportunities for growth and which are available at comfortable valuations today. So we are ensuring that there is a overall cushion of valuation, and we are reallocating the capital on a regular basis, keeping a close track on the rebalances of the portfolios. Third, if you look at the kind of like if you are talking about the markets being very expensive, I would not say they are like there is any froth in the markets at this point in time. Yes, the markets have risen, but yes, the kind of flows that are coming in the market, the kind of opportunities that are there in the market, the markets will remain expensive. The kind of flows that are coming in the markets are going to stay expensive continually over the coming period. Whenever there are buying opportunities, a lot of people are sitting on cash to ensure that they invest in those opportunities. So you will not really get a very cheap market in the coming years, considering the kind of growth India is doing and the kind of allocations that we are getting. So we have to look at it from an angle of so at any point in time, not that everything becomes expensive. So some of the stocks or some of the sectors would go through rotation. Like we talked about pharma sector. So pharma sector the last 3-4 years has not done that well, but now the companies are starting to do well. So there'll be a reallocation or churning of sector to say pharma, right? So we would try to churn the portfolios to sectoral reallocations whenever there is such opportunity. Not that everything runs up at same time, not that everything falls at same time, right? So sometimes if the markets, like say if the growth stocks fall, the defensive stock starts rising. So money will keep on deploying with the kind of, say, if you look at the mutual funds are deploying 20,000 crores every month in through SIPs, and more than 20-30,000 crores through lump sum. So 40-50,000 crores is coming every month in the mutual funds. So again, that is the thing. Then if you look at the growth opportunities of the companies that are there in the portfolio, the kind of growth that these companies are doing with the reallocation of business coming from China to India, with the export opportunities India is showcasing, with the rise in middle class population in India, with the rise in formal infrastructure or economy in India, where a lot of organized players are increasing market share and the unorganized players are reducing market share. So the organized players, which are the listed players, are actually benefiting from growth. They have also raised a lot of capital over the last few years through rights issue, through preferential issue, through IPOs, and have done capexes which are going to benefit them over the coming years. Again, so if you look at the overall economy, the economy is and the stocks and the companies, obviously there has to be corporate governance, the company has to be fundamentally strong, but the companies are going to do significantly well in terms of growth going forward, and that is going to ensure that whatever valuations we are paying would be comfortable. And again, on the market valuations, whatever is very high in terms of valuation we are selling, whatever is cheap in terms of valuation we are allocating, and we are looking at sectoral allocation. So this is what our overall strategy is. And overall, there is no froth in the market, but there are opportunities. If you look at the broader markets, a lot of new sectors have come up. Like say, electronic manufacturing is a very big, I think, growing sector that has come up. Automobile is a very big sector for India and is growing significantly. So if you look at such sectors, there are a lot of opportunities to deploy money.
Sounds good. Thank you for the details. Couple of small things which people are trying to ask is the green portfolio PMS is open for non-resident Indians? And if yes, what is the route that they have to take?
So we very much offer green portfolio PMS to NRIs across the globe. In fact, many 30-40 countries we offer. Like we have our clientele, and it's again. So if you are an NRI and wanting to invest in India, there are two types of accounts. One is an NRO account. One is an NRE account. NRO account is a non-resident ordinary, and NRE is non-resident expatriate. NRO is an Indian money, and NRE is a foreign money, right? So if you are wanting to, so we have to get your Demat account opened, we have to get your bank account opened in India, and we flag PIS with your NRO, NRE account, or both, whatever you want. And this overall process is say 15 days. And we would send you we would take some basic details from you. We would send you the documentation through courier process. You will sign and send. We will collect the documentation from your home country, and we will ensure the account opening, say in 15 days to 30 days. And after that, you can start investing. So again, it will be your bank account, your Demat account linked to your bank account, and we would be managing your investment through SEBI registered custodian, which is Orbis. Yeah.
Sounds good. That means all the NRIs out there, for you, it's less than $100,000. So go ahead and utilize the Sharia compliant opportunity. And as Devam said over here, they have a complete support system to handle your NRI request as well. So if you are an NRI, अगर आप इंडिया के बाहर भी रह रहे हैं, if you want to join together and create a 50 lakh plus corpus, you can do that. Or you want to do it individually, you can do that as well. Green Portfolio has a full-fledged customer acquisition and customer support mechanism and customer hand-holding mechanism, जिससे आपको फायदा हो सकता है, and you can get in touch with their relationship managers. All the contact details would be on this email as well, which has come for the webinar. In addition, you can go to the Islamicly platform, click on the top banner, which is starred, and you can get in touch with the Smallcase team. One other question which has come in, which I will take it from for that is there's a question that people have questioned the inclusion of DCX as an individual company in the portfolio. Let me answer that question because I have looked into it personally as to what is the Sharia compliance of this company. From a Sharia compliance perspective, there is absolutely no concern from a methodology perspective that DCS is Sharia compliant. It clearly passes the screening criteria. Now, it raises the second part of the question, which is more pertinent and which is why this question has been asked. We understand from a Sharia methodology perspective, there are restrictions and which gives out a good result in terms of what companies are Sharia compliant and which companies are failing the compliance criteria. But given the constraints of the methodology, there are other areas as well which do affect Sharia compliance. But there needs to be a solid, objective piece of information supporting that objection to Sharia. What I mean to say is, जैसे हम कहते हैं कि अगर कोई कंपनी में अल्कोहल रेवेन्यू 10% है, इसका जस्टिफिकेशन होता है वो कंपनी के फाइनेंशियल्स में, वो कंपनी के इन्वेस्टर रिलेशंस टीम ने इसको कंफर्म किया है, इसका एक जस्टिफिकेशन एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव एनालिसिस है. अगर किसी ने कहा कि टेस्ला जैसी कंपनी टकीला बेच रही है, व्हिच इज ट्रू, टेस्ला टकीला बेच रही है, बट ऑब्जेक्टिवली हमें पता है कि उसका रेवेन्यू of alcohol to automobile sales or the entire group sales of the company is less than probably 0.5%. So that's an objective analysis. But जब इस तरह के सवाल आते हैं कि are you supporting the conflict in the Middle East, please screen out those companies which are supporting conflict in the Middle East, or companies which are involved in defense segments, companies which are involved in human rights violation, companies which are involved in let's say various other sensitive issues around Sharia. As long as we do not have an objective review for these kind of concerns, we cannot I mean, we are unfortunate we cannot incorporate those things into the Sharia methodology as of now. What we suggest is individual investors, keeping their own preferences in mind, may choose to keep these stocks as part of their portfolio or may choose to keep it out of their portfolio. Under the PMS thing or in the small case, both the Shariah PMS as well as the Shariah small case, it's your prerogative to choose not to invest in a particular stock which may not comply to your individual sensitivities of Sharia. From a standard setting perspective, as well as from an objective analysis perspective, we as screening providers have that limitation that we cannot incorporate the social considerations as of now. But this is an ongoing topic of discussion. We are working on it. We are aggressively working on it. We are keeping an eye on such kind of things in the market. We're continuously in dialogue with the Sharia scholars as well on this kind of issues. If any opportunity comes in, we can give a substantive evidence for exclusion of such companies. We will take that action. So rest be assured that it is something which is part of the research team, which is part of the methodology building team, which is part of the Sharia board discussions as well. So we are cognizant of these things. इस मसले पे काफी गौर व फिक्र हो रही है. इस मसले के ऊपर काफी काम भी हो रहा है बैक एंड में. But as an international organization, as a credible organization, as a respected organization and a trusted organization for Sharia screening, we need to keep an objective analysis for our screening methodology. So I hope that I'm sure that this may not be a very satisfactory answer for you, but this is the best that we can do as of now, to be very, very honest. Moving on, there is somebody wants to speak. I think there are 3 people who want to speak, but I don't think we'll be able to accept that request. If you have a question, please do put it in the chat function and we'll be happy to answer. There's a question which has come up. Can we use existing DMAT account for NRI PMS?
Yeah, so existing DMAT account, say if you have a PIS mapped, say if you want to use an NRE account for a PIS and you have a PIS map existing, we could, if it is with SDFC Bank, we could help you with getting that done. If you have an existing NRO account, we can open a separate new NRO account and flag PIS. So NRO, multiple PISs can be flagged. NRE, only one PIS can be flagged, right? And there was a question like which one is better, NRO or NRE PIS? So that depends on you. NRO is India money, NRE is foreign money. Sometimes like an NRI would have India money where they have some investments existing in India or some real estate in India, getting some revenues from India, and NRE is they are generating revenues from outside India. So NRE is 100% repatriable anytime. NRO money is repatriable as per RBI limitations, which is like say $250,000 a year. So I think that is again a very significant limit per person. So like say if you have 2 people, 3 people, 4 people in the family, 5 people in the family, you can open multiple NRE, NRO accounts as well. So for these like specific questions, we can discuss separately through our relationship managers, and we all are very much available to discuss.
Sounds good. I think I'll take one last question. It's already 8 minutes past the hour. In this pertinent example that was given, like say for example, there is a stock which is part of the portfolio. Let it be in the small case or the PMS. If an investor does not wish to invest in that stock, does he have discretion?
So there is a non-discretionary PMS. So there are 2 types of PMS in India. First is discretionary PMS, where the portfolio manager has the discretion to invest. Second is non-discretionary PMS. In certain cases where you would not want to invest in certain stocks, you could give us special instructions and we will ensure that those special instructions are taken care. Having said that, we would like to keep those instructions minimal, but yes, we have those mechanisms to ensure that one or two stocks which you would not want to invest at all, we could carve them out from any investing in your portfolio.
Sounds good. I think that gives an ease, but yes, that has to be kept at the minimum because it's not part of a regular process. But they do have a provision that they can accommodate that. I don't think that as a request will come in quite frequently. Last question I'd like to answer that. It's a pertinent question that people keep asking as well, that the entire assurance mechanism of Sharia compliance is given under Sharia scholars who may not be Indian residents or may not be Indian citizens. Would you have any plans of having Indian Sharia organizations certify these things? I'll answer that. The kind of scholars that we use, if you see the distinguished Sharia board that we use, जिस तरह के स्कॉलर्स के साथ हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं अभी, जिस तरह के शरिया स्कॉलर्स हमारे शरिया बोर्ड पर हैं, अगर आप उनकी प्रोफाइल देखें, they are essentially the people who have built this entire screening methodology for Sharia compliance. तो ये वो शरिया स्कॉलर्स हैं जिन्होंने इस पे काफी सालों की रिसर्च करके, फाइनेंशियल मार्केट्स पर रिसर्च करके इन्होंने ये मेथडोलॉजीज डिराइव की हैं. They were one of the first to create this kind of Sharia mechanisms and carving out a space for Sharia sensitive investors to be part of the financial system. It's an evolving thing. Unfortunately, we do not have that kind of an expertise within Indian academia. I'm not saying that Indian academia is any inferior or is any less. It's just a matter of experience. Inshallah, as we are working together to grow this, we would like to work with a couple of Indian scholars as we move along as well. It is something that we are working on with. It is something that we are keen on as well. And we have ongoing conversations as well with a couple of very, very well-respected, very knowledgeable Indian scholars who have expertise in Islamic finance as well. And inshallah, as we grow, we should be able to get their opinions and get them on board as well. So rest be assured, the scholarly thought behind the entire screening methodology, the entire Sharia monitoring is top of the line, best in the world. I would just say that an asset manager which probably has got $1 trillion plus under asset management, the kind of Sharia advice he gets is exactly what Green Portfolio is getting from us as well. Not that Green Portfolio is probably 1,000 crores now, and we wish they get to $1 trillion as well very soon, and create more and more products in a Sharia compliant manner. Help us create these kind of products for the Indian community. I'm very thankful to Divam that they have taken it in the right spirit as well. They are very, very cognizant of what Sharia compliance is. If a stock is considered non-compliant, or if a methodology is non-compliant, or if a transaction process is non-compliant, they wouldn't compare or they wouldn't ask questions ke bhai returns thoda maar kha rahe hain, kuch kar sakte hain kya? These kind of questions don't come. So rest be assured, on a compliance perspective, they are top of the line. From a fund management perspective, their past performance is something that you can trust on, you can believe on. And as you can see, Islamicly has partnered with Green Portfolio to bring you the best and the top of the line Sharia asset class for you to invest in, keeping in view your values of investing and the trust and credibility of Islamicly. More things coming up very, very soon, even from the Islamicly perspective as well. And as we keep working with Green Portfolio, I'm sure we'll all keep brainstorming to get you more and more products. Please feel free to get in touch with the Green Portfolio team. They are all available. Divam, if you can share your last slide, which has got the contact details, that will be great. Else, you can always come on the Islamicly platform, Islamicly app. On the top banners, you have the Green Portfolio. You have a Green Portfolio section, both for the small case as well as the PMS. And you can click on it and start investing right away. You are in good hands. Hopefully, from a Sharia perspective, I can't say good things about myself, but about Divam and Green Portfolio team, I can always have a good word. Definitely, I am not a SEBI registered investment advisor or a research analyst. Please do your own research before investing. Past performance is no guarantee for future performance. All of those things are taken care of by Green. I don't want to get into any regulatory issues, and hence I had to say these lines. We want to be regulatory compliant as much as possible, to the spirit and the letter. Same goes with Green as well, Green portfolio as well. We're very fortunate to have this partnership going, and thank you for the support. This has been a phenomenal webinar. We had more people than we expected to come in on this Saturday. I hope everybody takes the benefit of these kind of products, and we take the mandate of Sharia compliant investing and getting more and more Sharia compliant investors included in the capital market and get them in the nation building spirit. हम चाहते हैं कि जितने जितने ज्यादा लोग हमारे साथ जुड़ सकते हैं थ्रू जितने भी हम इस्लामिक प्रोडक्ट्स निकाल सकते हैं फाइनेंशियल मार्केट्स में, इसके थ्रू हम लोग अपने खुद की वेल्थ बनाएं, शरिया कंप्लायंट वेल्थ बनाएं। जैसे कि एक छोटी सी रिवायत से मैं इस बात को खत्म करूंगा कि हजरत अब्बास जो सहाबा थे, अशरा मुबशरा में भी थे, जिनको जन्नत में दुनिया में रहते रहते जन्नत की बशारत भी मिली थी, उनकी एक खास दुआ थी कि या अल्लाह, मैं इसको पैराफ्रेज कर रहा हूं, कहते या अल्लाह, दुनिया में कोई इज्जत नहीं है बिना वेल्थ के, और अगर मुझे दुनिया में इज्जत कमानी है और मुझे दुनिया की मदद करनी है तो मुझे वेल्थ चाहिए, और कम वेल्थ में मेरा गुजारा नहीं हो सकता, और अगर मेरा गुजारा नहीं हो सकता तो बाकियों का भी गुजारा नहीं हो सकता। इसलिए मुझे ऐसी बरकत वाली वेल्थ दे और इतनी ज्यादा वेल्थ दे ताकि मैं अपने आप को भी खुश रख सकूं और मैं दुनिया की मदद भी कर सकूं। तो वेल्थ बनाना, अपने आप में इन्वेस्ट करना और इंक्रीज करना इज अ फुल्ली शरिया कंप्लायंट कॉन्सेप्ट। हर आदमी को चाहिए कि वो अपनी वेल्थ को प्रिजर्व करे, उसको ग्रो करे। ग्रो कैसे करेंगे? थ्रू दीज इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोडक्ट्स, थ्रू ऑल ऑफ दिस पार्टिसिपेशन इन द कैपिटल मार्केट्स ऑफ द कंट्री एंड व्हिचएवर इन्वेस्टमेंट स्कीम्स व्हिच आर रेगुलेटेड, उसमें आपको इन्वेस्ट करना है। अनरेगुलेटेड स्कीम्स में प्लीज डू नॉट गेट डिस्ट्रैक्टेड बाय दोज रिटर्न्स, please don't get distracted by that gimmicks, please don't get distracted by fake, let me put it straight up, from the not shake to main from the fake Sharia compliance certificates being given out कि ये product compliant है, वो product compliant है। Come to the capital markets जो regulated है, work with credible asset managers, portfolio managers. One of them has partnered with us with his green portfolio. Work with SEBI registered advisors, work with SEBI registered investment advisors, work with SEBI registered research analysts, and make your investment portfolios. We're very fortunate to have this partnership going on so that we can get you out of this stagnation in your wealth, get you out of or keep you away from investing in unregulated instruments which may in all probability be frauds. So thank you for joining us. Jazakallah khair for being here. We're very, very thankful to Divam and team to take this time out in the morning and give you this brief product. Their team is always available. Islamicly customer support is always available to get you in touch with the Green Portfolio team as well. As you can see, you can hit the WhatsApp button on the Islamicly app and you can get connected to our customer support 24/7 at any given point in time. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Devam.